So I'm sure you've all seen the news. We're getting this new update really soon. I think in just a couple days is the time of recording this video. We're getting a new third artifact basically called Relics. We're also getting a pity system. I know so many people have been asking that for a very long time. Very exciting, as well as some new presets so that farming dungeons and doing siege and all that stuff is going to be a lot easier. But the biggest part of this update is definitely the relic system here that we're getting. It's essentially like a third artifact slot that you can put on up to 100 units per one relic. So that's just, you get one and you're kind of like done almost. So I just wanted to maybe talk about what I think the best ones will be, and then we're gonna go more in depth with which one I think is gonna be the best for Zerath. Here's a picture of it. It does have a base stat 15% at plus 12, so there's attack, defense, HP, I believe. As you can see here, if you go to plus 20, you get 20% as the max value. Very nice. And these are the different effects you can get over here. So we have Conquest, which is damage dealt increases per attack, defense, or max HP. Resolute, which is damage taken decreases per attack, defense, and max HP. Valiant, attack increases per speed, defense, max HP. Timeless, which is defense increases per attack, speed, HP. Same thing as the others. And then Primal, max HP increases per attack, speed, or defense at the start of the battle. And then we have Restore HP recovery, shield amount increases per max HP. So overall, I think the most usable one right off the bat is just going to be like something like this. Max HP increases per speed, just across like HP, scale, supports, attack types, you know, anything like that. Max HP is just a really good stat to have on everything. And most builds for PvP are gonna have like a decent amount of speed, unless you're a full bruiser player, right? So yeah, this just seems like, because you can put one relic on up to 100 units, it just seems like it makes sense that we would all just kind of farm this one right off the bat. The other ones are kind of niche. Like, you really wouldn't put a lot of these on like an entire box, right? Like having attack increase per X is very niche. Same with defense. Maybe you have like a Leona or something, defense increases per attack at the start of battle. Maybe it could be good. Or on this one, it would probably be better on Leona. Attack increases per defense at the start of battle, right? So these ones are pretty niche, I would say. The Restore one, obviously, if you're like, we're in Gandalf meta, so this would probably be pretty annoying on a water Gandalf, right? So, but yeah, it just seems like Primal is going to be the best one overall. So thinking about Zerath specifically, I was looking at obviously the max HP increases per speed at the start of battle versus damage dealt increases per max HP at the start of battle. Which one's going to be better? We don't know the exact scaling, I believe, on Conquest yet. It didn't really tell us here, but it should be something like this, I guess, right? So it should be 1%, or sorry, 1% damage per, I assume, well, it's the attack and defense will probably be like this. HP is a bit of a toss-up, we don't really know. But for Primal, they do give us, I believe the correct stats here, it's 2% per 150 speed. So we can calculate how much HP I'll get on, like, we'll just use my Zerath as an example. Assuming that you don't have to hit the 150 speed threshold, I'm hoping it works like the X stat proportional to lost HP. So I'm like, my Zerath only has, I think, like 127 speed, so I should be getting, you know, like 80%, around 80% of the value, because I'm not quite over this, right? So let me pull out Notepad. So Zerath's total in combat speed with towers would be 239.7, and then we're going to divide that by 150 to give us a percent value here. So that's going to be about, we'll just round up, that's about a 1.6. So like like 160% of the 0.02. So this should give us how much max HP we're gonna get just based on the speed. So we're gonna do 1.6 multiplied by 0.02. And so that's gonna give us an additional 3.2%. And hopefully someone can check my math on this, okay? Disclaimer, not a math guy. All right, so based on the speed, this is how much we would get. 3.2%. Now we're gonna calculate his base his total HP when he hits when he enters battle. So we do have a 20% from our skills, aka tower. So Zerath's base HP is 15,315. So we're gonna take 20% of that. It should give us 3,063, and then we're gonna add that on top of his total HP. So right now I'm at 55,569. We're gonna add that up from the tower, and so when we get into game with no leader skills or anything like that, we're gonna have 58,632 HP. Okay, so now we'll take that stat and we want to find out, we want to multiply that by, I believe, the 3.2%, and that's going to give us how much additional HP we'll get with the Primal Relic. So 0.032, so that's going to give us an extra 1,876 HP about. So not too bad. I mean, if you have a Zerath, then you probably know that HP is weighted more than crit damage. So that's why you typically want to build Zerath for, you want more HP values than crit damage, because you can make up for the crit damage in artifacts to maximize his damage output. So 1,800 more HP from this relic does seem like a pretty decent amount. Only thing I'm realizing now is that if there's a Leo on the field, I guess you just don't get anything out of this relic. So if you're like a Leo Lucifer cleaver, you probably don't do this, obviously. Or if you play, like, I mean, a lot of my drafts, I do something like Yanhong Leo, and then I try to get them to pick, 0 speed Leo units, and then I can pick mine because I know they're letting Leo through. So just because of that, I might not want this relic, right? Because if you pick Leo, you just get no value out of it. So that's a concern. So again, maybe I'll revisit this when we actually get the update to drop and we can see what the other relic, how much % damage increase we get per HP. But yeah, so this is 1,800 HP, not too bad. But again, based off speed, a lot of Zeraths are not going to be very fast. So you might probably just consider getting the other one to be safe. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about Relics. Are you excited for the new update? Because I know I am. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.